Hello, fifth graders. Today's lesson, lesson 2.2, is very similar to the one that you watched in lesson 2.1. Our learning target is to read and write. I'll have to take off, I've got that twice. To read and write small numbers. So things like fractional parts and decimals. Our key vocabulary, two of the words that we had on the last video. So standard notation and expanded notation. But this time we're going to be doing it with fractional parts and decimals. So in our previous lesson, we used place value concepts to read and write whole numbers. And in this lesson, we'll apply those concepts to fractions and decimal quantities. So first of all, we're going to talk about standard notation. Standard notation, again, is the most familiar way of representing numbers. And in standard notation, the digits are written in places determined by their place value. So again, I put a place value chart. This time, we've got whole numbers to the left of the decimal and decimal places to the right, fractional parts. So you can see tenths and hundredths, thousandths. So again, we can look for patterns. Each place value is 1/10 the value of the place to the left. So this time, tenth is 1/10 of 1, and the hundredth is 1/10 of 1/10, and thousandth is 1/10 of 100th. The value of each place in the place value chart is also a power of 10. So when we have whole numbers, the places to the left of the decimal place are products of 10. So 100 is 10 to the second power, or 10 times 10. And 1,000 is 10 to the third power, or 10 times 10 times 10. And then the right to the right of the decimal point, the value is 1/10 of the number. So 100th is 1/10 of 1/10, or 100th, written as 10 to the negative second. So we've talked a little bit about those exponents. So if we were going to look at the decimal 0.1016, I could write the numbers in the correct places. So 0 is our placeholder. There are no ones. There's a tenth. There are no hundredths. There's 1,000th. And there are 6 10,000ths. And when we use our place value chart, it helps us to pronounce those numbers. So to read a small number like this, we look at the final digit and we look at the place value of that final digit, which on my chart says 10,000ths. So we're going to read the number ignoring the decimal point and any of these leading zeros, and we're going to name the place value. So we read this as a regular number without decimal points or commas, 1,016, and then we say the place value place, 1,016 10,000ths. So the place value chart will help us read small numbers. So let's try another one. I want to write 359 10,000ths in standard form. So again, I'm going to look at the last digit, and it was 359 10,000ths, and I hear the 10,000ths. So that last digit, 9, is going to go in the 10,000ths place. And I'm going to write the other digits right in front of it because I read it, 359. And I'm going to put zeros in any spaces in front. So I'll have a 0 there and a 0 as my placeholder in the ones place. So again, the last digit of the number is in the place named. And I said the number was 359 10,000ths. So the last digit goes in that place that's named. Then I write the numbers in the spaces in front, and I fill any blank spaces with 0. So 359 10,000ths is written as 0.0359. Now I'm going to look at expanded notation. And again, it's the number written as the sum of the value of the digits. So first of all, I'm going to write this number. Get my pen, my number. I've got a 0, a 4, a 9, and a 5. And I see the value of the places. And so now I'm going to write this in expanded form. And we have no ones, so I'm going to start at my decimal place, which is parentheses 4 times, and I see this is in the tenths place. So it's 0.1 or 0.10 for tenths place. And again, it's the sum. So my next number is 9. It's in the hundredths place. So times 0.01, representing the hundredths, plus the last place, I'll have to put it down here, 5 is in the thousandths place, which is 0.001. So if I were going to write the number 495 thousandths in expanded form, again, I would write it as the sum of the value of these digits, 4 in the tenths place, plus 9 in the hundredths place, plus 5 in the thousandths place. So you'll be practicing in class tomorrow, work with fractional parts and decimals, writing them in standard form and writing them with expanded notation. Remember, if you want to re-watch the video and take any notes, that's a great idea.